Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for coming. We're continuing on the Vic-20 thing, and at the moment, I'm going to call Rudy from Rudy's Retro Intel and talk to him about what I found. He was, as I said, he has a spreadsheet of things and symptoms, and nothing that I described fit any of his things. So maybe he'll be updating his spreadsheet. But first, let's call the man. I'll put him on speaker. Of course, I'll tell him that we are recording him. Okay. We'll pump up the volume. Hello, Rudy.
How's it going?
Good. By the way, I'm in the midst of things, and I am, in fact, recording at this moment. So you are the special guest. And I have told people about your spreadsheet of things and how this did not fit. And how I have been going at it. So it has been interesting. And I can give you a quick summary. And because, of course, all the strange things that were happening with the video, and today when I turn it on, there were more color things happening at times, and a cartridge definitely did not function. But I didn't really check. The first thing I did, just to say, you know what, video Vic chip, okay, let's change that. And you know what, the Vic chip is bad, absolutely positively bad. And then this is why, of course, I tell people, just because the thing comes up and looks okay, it doesn't mean it's okay.
That's right.
Because then I put in the diagnostic cartridge and it came up with garbage. So then I put in Omega Race and it came up with garbage. Now, only one of the 6522 chips is socketed. But I headed there, and indeed, I took the good machine and I put a 6522 chip in it, and then with Omega Race in there, I turned it on. And the little guy in Omega Race was spinning around like crazy. And a joystick wasn't even plugged in. So it's like, aha. So, and then I swapped that 6522 chip to the other location in the test machine. And then Omega Race would come up, but it wouldn't, it would just come up with the opening screen and very slowly, and it wouldn't go anywhere from there. So I figure, of those two chips, they're both bad. So then I carried on to try to do things on swap chips into the bad board, thinking there can't certainly be more than two chips bad. Well, that may not be the case. My suspicion now is that the other 6522 chip, which is not socketed, is also screwed.
But when you boot up to just like into the basic, did you get anything?
Oh yeah, now with a good video chip and a good 6522, the machine comes up and looks okay. But it's not. Even with those two chips swapped, like both of them are toast, that it's not. There's still trouble. Like when I put in the cartridges into the SICK machine with the two good chips, it still comes up bad and weird. So I did, the only other two chips that were in sockets were the 6502 and one of the ROM chips that was next to it, which I know it ended as -06 at 901, whatever. Anyway, I swapped them both out into the good machine. They're both fine. So it appears possibly a triple failure.
Oh wow, triple threat.
Triple. But we will see. We'll see.
Replace the CPU?
Oh yeah, that was one of the ones. The 6502 was socketed, so I swapped that out.
Right. So
Yeah.
that was bad?
No, it was fine. No. I mean, right now it's definitely a double failure, but I suspect that when I get to unsolder the other 6522, that it too is defective.
So both 6522s and the Vic chip.
That is what I am suspecting. And then, of course, once I get another 6522 chip in there, it's possible there could be more trouble.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, until I'm thinking that's going to be it, but who knows?
When you bring it up into basic, does it give the right amount of memory?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And what about the ROMs? I guess they're all working too, right?
They seem to be. Only one of them was socketed, so I could only check one.
Yeah.
So it does seem, as I say, the machine looks fine, but it's not.
Unless you replace the other 6522 and that fixes everything.
Oh yeah, no.
That could be causing the final problem, right?
Well, the thing I'm as sure as I can be that the 6522 that I was able to take out is also bad, because in the good 64 it produces crazy shit.
Yeah.
So basically the two chips I'm sure are, especially the Vic chip, are bad, and probably the other 6522 chip is also bad.
Wow.
And then, but after that, then we'll see. I'm thinking,
Somebody went something in wrong on that, because why would both go bad like that?
who knows? Maybe somebody jammed a cartridge in with the power on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, remember, it's 40 years old. Who knows? But it's funny because the 6522 that I know is bad, the machine will come up with it. And both keyboards were kind of dirty. Although the keyboard on this one is really dirty, so not a lot of keys worked. But even the keyboard from the good machine, it also needs a cleaning. So more worked. So it did seem that if I had a good keyboard on there, they all would have been fine. So it's not like the 6522 is dead. It's like mangled somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
Indeedy. And it did at times, especially after I put it all back together, come up with some, then there was a blue screen. And then there was also some weird stuff that would look really good behind like a rock band at a music concert. It was very strange. Anyway, so I've set everything down, because I'm pretty much as far as I can go with the second without cranking up the iron, and I got to find the iron. And and I put the two bad chips in there, and I really thought maybe I should not put the videos up, and then I should bring it to you after I figured it all out and say, there you go. What do you think? But I'm still, I really think it's going to be the triple failure, and that'll be that.
Yeah, I think so too.
But we shall see.
You shall see.
We shall see, yes. So, for those who are watching this is Rudy from Rudy's Retro Intel, where he does all kinds of things with all kinds of different machines, and he has really good test equipment. Better than mine. I just use my fingers and a screwdriver.
In the meantime, my spreadsheet didn't have that error.
It did not. Well, I think, basically, anything to do with the weird colors and strange stuff, and actually it might have been a yellow screen, because I did tweak the adjustment on the brightness for the Vic chip inside, thinking, well, maybe this will make a difference, and it did. It just made the orange screen look yellow.
But when you changed the Vic chip, did the screen look different? Did it boot up at the basic?
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it was definitely the Vic chip that was the main thing, but not the only thing.
Not the only thing.
Not the only thing.
Fun, huh? It's fun.
Oh yeah. It's a mystery.
That mystery continues.
Wrapped around a Vic chip.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to your video.
Oh, there are 3 or 4. Because I did little bits at a time. Yeah. And then, of course, the last one will be Rudy of Rudy Retro Intel sharing his wisdom.
Wisdom?
Do you have any wisdom?
Yeah. Don't buy a defective Vic-20.
Good thought. Or, actually, compared to the 1541 I just worked on, I do believe, all told, the time I spent on that disk drive,
Yeah.
which I think it works out to about 9 episodes and perhaps somewhere between 3 and 4 hours just to find out that it doesn't work. Although parts of it work.
Yeah.
But the drive mechanism itself. But it was. So I had hope. That's what kept me going. There was hope. But in the end, there are parts.
Yeah.
And you know, somewhere I know I have some other, just the drive mechanisms that I could probably swap one in and say, yeah, it works.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure exactly where they are at this moment. Shocking as that might be.
You will find it.
Oh,
I think we know for sure that the heads are done.
yes. I'll find them. Oh, somewhere, somehow, some way. I'll find them because I think years ago, many years ago, I probably took some drives apart that were defective and saved the good drive mechanisms. I know I've seen them. I just don't know where they are. They're not in the box room. I know that. I think it's time for a trip to the basement.
Yes, it is.
To the basement we shall go, but not at this moment yet. Anyway, so I'll keep you posted on the Vic, and I'm going to see what else there is to do. I did have some success on a Mega Race when I had it in a machine that was working.
Nice.
And the diagnostic cartridge did on the good machine with the chip. It did come up, but as I said, when the 6522, the bad 6522 in the good Vic-20, no cartridges would answer the call, as they should. There was weirdness. So, anyway, we shall see. It must be getting close to your next adventure at work.
I got like just under 4 minutes.
Oh no. Okay, well, I think I will.
We'll talk later.
I will carry on, and I'll keep you posted. And indeed, sooner than later, I'll upload and we'll see what's what. And
Yes.
there was no real anger, but you know, just the usual sort of angst.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, you learned something new.
Indeed. So, and I do hope that more people will check out your channel. What was it called again?
Rudy's Retro Intel.
That's it, Rudy's Retro Intel, where there are videos on Apple things, Commodore things, and I'm forgetting, there's other things.
And other things, yes.
Other things, yes. There are other things there. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for we'll talk again.
Definitely.
All right.
Okay, bye.
All right. So indeed, that was Rudy. I hope you could hear that okay. You might have to wear a headset or crank it up a bit. I am going off the air for the moment. I have things to edit, things to upload, and phones to charge. So, once again, thanks for being here. Stay tuned. And of course, if you have any insights or comments, I'm always open to read and respond. And of course, if we're exchanging messages, as I've said many times, YouTube is really good at telling me when I have a new message, but it isn't good at all at telling me when I have an answer when I've replied to a new message. So if I'm not replying, it doesn't mean I'm not replying. It means I didn't see it. So that's all I have to say about that. Okay. Thanks so much for coming again. Stay tuned. Keep your stick on the ice. Stay healthy.